Today we're collecting more wildflower seeds. This one is a native of Texas and one of the most amazing pollinator plants, which means the bees, butterflies come to it, but mainly the monarch butterflies. This can go in a sunny area. They do well in part shade as well. It is called Gregg's Mistflower, and we're gonna save the seeds, collect them, and then I'll show you how I remove them from the plant and store them for next year. Let's get going. I've got everything set up here indoors at my kitchen table. So I love that I can look out the window and see the food forest. I've also got tomato cuttings that we did in another video growing there, and some coleus that I'm planting soon. This is my little setup. In a second, we're going to go outside and start collecting the seeds. I'm using my KitchenAid scissors. These are just your run-of-the-mill kitchen scissor, so it's like knives, but scissors. They're a little bit sharper. And I'm going to use just a regular bowl. So anything you have, nothing fancy required. And when I get back, we're going to separate the seed. We're going to put them in a little jar and label them. So let's get started. Here's some Gregg's Mistflower. The plant is still going strong and it's going to be making more leaves and flowers soon, especially as the weather cools off a little bit. But right now, there are some seeds that are ready for harvest. Not all of this is the seed. This is just one flower head. These are really easy to just pull apart with your hands. Rolling it around and trying to separate it, but gently. Pretty tiny seeds. And I don't need it to be perfect. I might not even separate this because it might not be worth it. It's actually okay to plant your seeds with a little bit of mulch. As long as you dry it out, it won't affect the seeds. And some seeds do come with filler that's not actually seeds. This is what the seeds look like. They're so super tiny. This whitish part that looks like it's got a parachute on it, and it could just like fly away. A lot of seeds are made to do that so they can spread. Beautiful. So basically, what's stuck to my fingers here are mostly the seeds. I could keep trying to separate it, but for me, I think this is fine. I'm going to get a spatula to help me gather these. I'm going to use the spatula to get it all in one corner. These are very lightweight, but they will stick to it and allow you to move them around. I'm going to put them in my pretty little jar. This is just for jellies or whatever you want. These I got off of Amazon. And I'm going to put it in this jar. See all those pretty white floaty seeds? The brown stuff is not seeds, but it's not going to hurt anything. I don't feel like spending the time to separate that. I'm just going to leave it. This is all completely dried. I've been drying this one out for a little bit longer. It just recently started raining again, so the ones from outside are not completely dried out yet. Put my lid on it.
Leave the lid off if you're not sure if it's completely dry yet, but otherwise you can put the lid on. I got these off of Amazon. I've had them for a long time. They're dissolvable labels. I really like that because with just water, it says in 30 seconds, you can rinse it away. So if you want to be able to use the jar again and you don't have to worry about trying to remove the label and get all of the sticky stuff off, yeah, just get yourself some washable labels. I found these CD markers or DVD markers work really well if you are marking anything for the garden for outside. A lot of markers, including permanent Sharpies, will just wash away. So the CD markers, they do eventually wash away too, but they last longer. And so I really like these for my plant markers. I don't necessarily need it to be this brand, but I found these on Amazon and it came with a bunch of them in a package. This plant is called Gregg's Mistflower, or sometimes Gregg's Blue Mistflower, and it is a native Texas wildflower. Today is August 31st of 2025. Gregg's Mistflower seeds. If you want, you can put more information on the label, like where they were collected, or if there's a story connected with the seeds. That is something really fun to pass along. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial about how I save some wildflower seeds. Looking forward to seeing you on the next one.